sports fans, welcome to the Oklahoma Sports Report. I'm Rick Heath, with me Al Eschbach, and we are at Bar Chichetti in Deep Deuce down in Bricktown. Great place, a great food, great drinks, and a wonderful sports bar. As you can see behind us, they got a big screen as big as anybody in the state. Al, we were talking last week about what we thought would happen in Bedlam, and Bedlam has come and gone. God, did it start great, but it sure ended kind of with a whimper.
Very strange game, really strange, where Oklahoma in the first quarter was just unbelievable, and then the offense did nothing. Great defense performance.
Yeah, and it just completely switched around what we thought might happen.
Yeah, I mean, we thought it was going to be offenses dominated.
Yeah.
And OU dominate for one.
Well, because both defenses weren't very good.
No.
I mean, we cited statistics.
Yeah. But
yet,
the defense, 18 possessions, give up a touchdown, a couple of field goals.
Yeah. So anyway, strange game for Bedlam. Maybe in the last Bedlam that we'll see.
Yeah, there's talk now, that the Big 12, they may not play next year.
So, maybe the last Bedlam we've seen, and gosh, it was a different game when we did see it. So, but hey, Al Eschbach, Rick Heath here at Bar Chichetti. Great place. You got to come by and sample their food. It's a new take on French cuisine, American take on it. Great bar, great drinks, and they're all featuring Wander Folk Spirits here at Bar Chichetti. We'll be right back.
Oh man, dude, I really wish I could make that. It's National No Pants Day, and that'd be kind of inappropriate.
We actually just had gas station sushi, and you just don't want to chance that.
We're gonna be running tornado drills all day.
I have tickets to see Kenny Rogers. He's what?
Tornado drill.
Your friends are tired of coming up with excuses. Two Fellas Moving Company, saving friendships since 1996.
Wander Folk Spirits, distilled out of Guthrie, Oklahoma. Great line of spirits. They have Wander Folk Gin, Wander Folk Vodka, and Old Moses Bourbon. All of these are quality products, and they're distilled right here in Oklahoma. So if you come to like Cohiba Lounge, ask for a Wander Folk Gin and Tonic, or ask for a Wander Folk Vodka and Tonic, or a club special. It's getting where you can get that now. It's getting warmer. A vodka club special made with Wander Folk Vodka. Great selection, and you're supporting Oklahoma businesses. So support Oklahoma business. Ask your favorite restaurant or bar to carry Wander Folk Spirits.
EDS Paintless Dent Repair is your one-stop shop for auto body repair. Whether it be from hail damage, dents, scratches, or even glass replacement and repair, we can accommodate all your needs. Locally owned and operated since 2005, EDS Paintless Dent Repair is here for you. Give us a call at 405-476-1763 or go to edspaintlessdentrepair.com.
At Laser Light Skin Clinic, our most popular treatment is now more affordable than ever. Right now, you can save up to 50% on Cool Sculpting, the #1 choice for non-invasive fat reduction. Our flexible treatment plans allow you to choose the option that is perfect for you. Focus on a single problem area or revive your life with a fresh new you. These are real results. For your personal Cool Sculpting consultation, call Laser Light Skin Clinic today. A new you awaits.
And welcome back, Oklahoma Sports Report. Al Eschbach, Rick Heath at Bar Chichetti. I want to remind the viewers out there, Bar Chichetti has 2 sister restaurants that you need to come visit. Osteria, on just north of 63rd on Western, and a new one on Britton Road and Western, near Britton Road and Western, El Coyote. And El Coyote is a New Mexican style restaurant with New Mexican food, and it's a great, getting great reviews, great food. So El Coyote on Britton and Osteria on Western and 63rd, in addition to this wonderful Bar Chichetti. Al, in the first quarter, boom, 28 points. OU they look dominant.
Yeah, they were. They get on both sides of the ball. They were the offense was in rhythm. Man, what a rhythm they had.
Yeah, and the defense gave them turnovers, and the offense took advantage of them. And you go, wow, 28 minutes in the first 28 points, in the first 7 minutes. And I thought, wow, what's happening?
And then they were about to go up 35-0, and then a fumble.
And then
that stopped momentum.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it went quiet. I mean, the OU offense went quiet. I don't know what happened, but from that point forward, it was the strangest thing, because going from the most dominant-looking offense to totally inept.
Well, drop passes have been hurting this team this year. I mean, and what people don't realize, it stops a drive. It's a drive kill. Well, the one holding penalty brought back a huge pass play. Little things cost you.
And then after a while, it started working on the offense's mind.
Yeah.
And Jeff Lebby's mind too. Because Jeff Lebby caught a lot of flack about not running clock late in that game.
And that's on Brent Venables. That ain't on Jeff Lebby. That's on the head coach.
Well, and you and I were talking about that off camera, in that the head coach has got to say, hey, we got to run clock here.
Well,
run it, make sure that they can take care of it.
And Brent will learn. Brent's in his first year. Brent's going to learn all the little things that he has to do to become a really good head coach. So I'm sure this was a lesson for Brent, and he will learn it. I tell the story back in 1999. Mike Leach was the offensive coordinator playing up at Iowa State. I'm up there, and about 10 minutes left, you had a small lead, and Leach is throwing it. Bob's went home and said, run the ball. Eat clock.
Yeah, and so that didn't happen, on Saturday, and Lebby, and then the other thing is Dylan Gabriel. Okay, Dylan Gabriel is an experienced veteran quarterback. He was still snapping the ball with 20-something seconds left to go. Now, again, that's on
coaching.
Coaching.
That's on coaching.
The coaches have got to say, hey, let that run down, because the best ally they had at that point was the clock.
And what I didn't like a lot, they were going on first down, throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And then they run on second down, and it's 2nd and 5, and they got thrown again on third, and it's 3rd and 5. If you run the ball on first down, get 5 yards, you get 2 more chances running.
They were running the ball well.
Yeah.
They were running the ball well.
I didn't understand that.
That's the part that puzzled me. Is they had a good lead. The defense was playing well. If they just came by and if they just came into the game and ran the ball, managed the clock, it would have been a very comfortable victory.
Well, it was 15 points.
I know, but it would have been a lot more comfortable for the OU fans if they would have kept that. Because towards the end, OSU had a chance to be within 1 score.
Yeah, but they didn't.
They didn't.
Well, they couldn't do anything. The defense just shut them down.
And that's the part we'll talk about in the next segment is OU defense. And boy, they actually started playing like we had anticipated.
2 straight games against West Virginia and Oklahoma State. The defense has played really well.
Now I want to go back and talk a little bit about the Bedlam history. Gosh, that would be a shame if Bedlam ended last Saturday.
It's what it is. It's a new world out there.
It's a whole different situation.
OSU doesn't want to play, and I don't know how much OU wants to play them.
And that's the thing with the new conference affiliations.
And if I'm Mike Gundy, I want no part of OU. If I'm an OSU fan, I want no part of OU.
Well, obviously
OU's won 17 out of the last 20 times.
I know, and that's what I was saying. Because Bedlam, if it's gone away, what will be your thoughts?
Bring in Alabama, bring in Auburn, bring in Georgia. That's my thoughts.
That's what I was getting ready to say. And go to Athens, Georgia.
Yeah. Have them come to Norman, Oklahoma. Yeah.
And home and home with those guys.
Yeah.
Because that's your new conference affiliation.
That's exactly
and
right.
It may be sooner than most people think. Hey, we are at Barchichetti in Deep Deuce on Northeast 2nd Street. Come by. They got great food, great drinks, and they feature Wander Folk Spirit. Wander Folk Spirit distilled in Guthrie, Oklahoma, made in Oklahoma product. If your restaurant that you frequent or the bar and a liquor store that you frequent doesn't carry Wander Folk Spirit, ask for it because it's a wonderful spirit and it's distilled right here in Guthrie, Oklahoma. We'll be right back after this.
Oh man, dude, I really wish I could make that. It's National No Pants Day, and that'd be kind of inappropriate.
We actually just had gas station sushi, and you just don't want to chance that.
We're gonna be running tornado drills all day.
I have tickets to see Kenny Rogers. He's what?
Tornado drill.
Your friends are tired of coming up with excuses. Two Fellas Moving Company, saving friendships since 1996.
The painting professionals at Ray the Painter are committed to providing all of our customers excellent service and attention to detail. Since we started in 1991, Ray the Painter serves the entire OKC metro area. We do interiors, exteriors, residential, and commercial work. The experts at Ray the Painter offer custom finishes and glazes for cabinetry and woodwork, as well as spray, brush, roller, and trowel techniques to get the perfect look for your project. For a free estimate, call 405-605-3563 or visit us at paintokc.com.
Let me tell you about a new Mexican restaurant brought to you by the same people here that have Bar Chichetti. That's right, El Coyote is a new Mexican restaurant. That is from New Mexico style food. It's a great new restaurant by the same people that bring you Bar Chichetti. You gotta try it. 925 West Britton Road in Oklahoma City. New Mexico Mexican food style. You'll love it. It's open every night. It's on Britton Road. Go by and try it. You'll love the favorites of New Mexico style Mexican food. You can't find it anywhere else in Oklahoma City. So go to El Coyote, the same people that bring you Bar Chichetti. Okay, we have a special guest here today of the Oklahoma Sports Report. Mariah Calhour of Calhour Real Estate Group, correct?
Calhour Group Realty, but it
Group
works.
Realty, one of those. Anyway, Mariah Calhour. It is right now is a great time to be in real estate because there's lots of things going on.
There's a lot going on. I will tell you, the last few years has been very different, challenging, very unknown, but I think we're finally walking into the season where things are going to kind of level out. Sellers are kind of losing a little bit of their leverage, and buyers are having the opportunity again to actually negotiate.
So buyers coming in have a little bit more leverage with price moving.
Yes.
And and sellers still have a good market. They just may not have been the top side right now.
Correct, and it may not be the feeding frenzy everybody was after. I mean, it was wild, but now we're kind of getting back to that normal flow, steady pace, and I can breathe. The realtors can breathe.
Yeah. and the sellers are going, okay, we can still do this. All of the interest rate moves, how is that working?
I will tell you, interest rates are going up. I think they're kind of getting up into that 6 and 7 range. I don't see a problem with that. I know most people who are used to that 2 and 3, they're kind of like, oh my gosh, but I will tell you, and maybe you know this, interest rates once upon a time were up in like 18 and 19. So when we hear 6 and 7, I'm not worried. I'm comfortable with it.
Well, and if you really look at it over a 30-year fixed, we're talking, a few $100 over a year's period of time.
Right.
When you break it down on a daily basis, it may be only $1 or $2 a day.
And you can always refinance.
Yes, and then you can always bring it back down when interest rates are more favorable. And if you need any more information and the expert opinion of the expert, Mariah Calhour of Calhour
Group Realty.
Realty. Give them a call and they will find out. Or your Facebook page.
Yes, anywhere. You can Google me and you'll find me and I'll help you out.
There you go. Yeah. Mariah Calhour of Calhour Realty Group. And welcome back. Al Eschbach, Rick Heath from Bar Chichetti, Northeast 2nd Street in Oklahoma City. Part of a 3-restaurant group. Osteria on Western and 63rd, and the new one, El Coyote, on Britton Road and Western. Great New Mexico style food at El Coyote. Al, as I said a little briefly in the last segment, the OU defensive performance against OSU was the type of defense everybody envisioned would happen under Brent Venables.
Yeah, you're right. That's a great point. We thought the defense would be better just because of Brent Venables. Last 2 games, it's been much better. OSU 18 possessions and only scored 13 points. And that's a good Oklahoma State offense.
It's a good, and Spencer, Sanders, he's a warrior. He was out there battling, and he was getting hit and still still trying to make plays, and the OU defense just kept coming up with stops.
Love Spencer Sanders. I mean, I love his game. I think he'll play in the NFL. You're right. He's a warrior. He can do it with his arm and his feet. And OU just did a great job with it.
Well, I love the scheme. They changed up all the defenses. They changed up coverage and they disguised them well. And that's what I think led to some of those interceptions.
Well, they had 6 sacks.
Yes. 6 sacks and how many stops were total?
And hurries and everything.
Yes.
I mean, they pressure. They got to him early in the game. They had him confused.
Yes. And that's the kind of defense that, as I said, the OU fans and Brent Venables himself and Ted Roof were trying to bring into existence. It's just taken a while for that to happen.
And getting players, I thought that the Colden kid played really well. Had him at quarterback.
I loved how he played. He reacted and played hard and was and when they did make a catch, he put them down on the ground.
Yeah.
He had good tackling skills. So he played well. Stuntsman played well.
Yeah. Deshaun White has been unbelievable here.
Deshaun White has taken it to another level with his last year.
He really, really has. And I thought Woody Washington is a really good player. Bowman is healthy. That means a lot. Key Lawrence.
Those kind of guys, with Bowman and the rest of them, that are coming back, this could be a good building block.
Here's the key to that game, not just victory. The recruits. It was a huge recruiting weekend for them. They already got 3 commitments out of it, and they got 2 of the best players in the country that were in, that they might reel in. DJ Hicks, a A&M commitment, great lineman, and the Peyton Bowens kid
from Notre Dame.
That flipped from Notre Dame. That could, but it was a great atmosphere and a big time recruiting weekend.
And a big time win for them.
And a big time win. That was so important with those recruits there.
Well, they were hoping that they just didn't get embarrassed because OU's defense hadn't been playing well. But
no, you're right.
But this looked like a really good
It looked
defense.
like hope for the future.
Yeah, and if you're Hicks and you're going, wow, if I could just get in there and be that D lineman that they need. And that's what they do need is a defensive lineman that can get after it.
That's exactly what they
and his comps are unbelievable for who they say he plays like.
Yeah.
He would be an ideal fit in there with as a get.
He'd be the best defensive line recruit since Sherman McCoy.
Yeah, and so now it's just a matter of negotiations.
The NIL, that's exactly right.
And that's the way. That's what we're talking about. The state of college football now depends on a lot on NIL.
I don't like it, but it's there.
It's there, and so OU is realizing it, and they're putting more and more collectives together to make that happen and to help.
Yeah.
So people are stepping up. They need more. If you've got to be honest about it, they need more. But they're competitive now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think they figured it out. I think OU. President Harris has done a program that they'll match your donations and everything. So
those are the kind of things that, that is behind the scenes. You don't see that. It's so much a part of recruiting right now, but it's, in the old days, you didn't pay players, supposedly. But now it's not so much pay, you're giving them financial opportunities to make money off their name, image, or likeness. And I see no problem with it.
Well, I think there needs to be a cap. I think it's out of hand. I think it's. I don't like the fact it's no longer amateur. It's all about who has the most money, not who has the best football program.
Well, and that unfortunately is becoming what is happening in college football. Hey, we are at Bar Chichetti and Deep Deuce. Come and enjoy their Sunday brunch every Sunday from 11 to 2. They have a featured menu item at their Sunday brunch. Check on their website at barchichetti.com to find out what the menu item is for this upcoming Sunday brunch, 11 to 2, every week at Bar Chichetti. And welcome back. Final segment, Oklahoma Sports Report. Al Eschbach, Rick Heath from Bar Chichetti here in Deep Deuce. Al, OU goes to Texas Tech. We haven't talked about that. Generally, we talk mostly about what's upcoming. But the Bedlam game was so interesting, we spent most of the time for that. But now it's time for Texas Tech. What's your opinion of what first-year coach Joey McGuire has done at Tech?
I like it. I think he's going to get the program not to place their leech at it. I don't think anybody will do that again there. But I think they're going to be better. He's a Texas, former high school coach down there. His personality is great. I think OU tried to hire him a couple of years ago, bring him in on their staff. Well respected. I like what he's done there in Lubbock.
Well, they're 4-4 in conference, but they're 5-1 at home. That's pretty strong.
It's a tough place to play. It's a loud place to play. That place, it's somehow it's a primetime game. I don't quite know that, but
6:30. It's going to be rowdy. It's going
to be rowdy out there, and so. They've been up and down. They've been like OU. They've been up and down.
They've won some games. They beat Texas out there,
in overtime.
But
they had a tough win against Iowa State last week there.
Yeah, and they got beat by Baylor at Baylor. You know, but TCU beat them. But you know what? They've played everybody fairly tough.
I agree.
And at home especially, they've only gotten beat once at home.
Yeah.
And Mississippi was.
And OU just a slight favorite over them. So you got to go in and win. You got better players.
So now the question I have for you, Al, is which OU team shows up?
I think the defense can be fine. I want to see what their offense can be like.
That's what I'm asking, because is it the first quarter offense or is it the last 3 quarters offense?
Well, and you should be able to run the ball. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Go in there and.
So how much is Brent Venables talking to Jeff Levy about that?
He's a head coach. He better be.
That's what I'm saying. So I understand, he's separate, and because Bob was big. Bob Stu was big on delegating. He let all of his offensive.
Well, he should. Levy's regarded as one of the best offensive coordinators in the country. So
I don't have a problem with his play calling and all that. But my point is how much.
Is it game planning? Yeah. I would think they talk about things.
That's what I was wondering. I mean, because you got to say, hey, look, these guys are having a hard time stopping anybody on the run, because they can't do that as well. Now they have a good job because they practice against the passing, but wouldn't that be part of your game plan?
Well, it'd be part. I mean, I haven't watched enough of Tech to know if they're better against run or the pass. I haven't watched them enough.
Well, I was just looking at the stats, and they're like 8th or 9th in the run.
So you would think you got. Again, Eric Gray's one of the top running backs in the country. Offensive line is really good. You got to you mix it up. I think Levy's a pretty. I didn't like the last part of last game, but I think for the most part he's done a good job playing for him.
I think he, again, he's one of those guys that's going to get better, because truly this may be the first time he's called all the plays all year long.
Yeah.
And so he's learning also. And if you didn't learn from Bedlam, good gracious.
Well, but he worked under Bryles, his father-in-law. So this dude is a good play caller. I mean,
he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows his offense.
And the players got to make plays. You can't continually drop passes.
And golly, OU's been playing with it. Mims has had a problem. Farouk had a problem. The only one that didn't have a problem is the best player on the field on that Saturday on offense. That was Drake Stoops.
Drake Stoops is unbelievable. He's really.
I mean, you get the ball in his direction, he's going to make the catch.
What a great story that is.
Yeah, I mean, even if we didn't like his dad, you'd love him as a player.
I mean,
he's just a hard-working young man. Earned everything that he's got.
He's just special, and I know Bob and Carol are so proud.
Yeah, and he's earned his way through. It wasn't because his last name is Stoops.
Well, and also he's going to wind up in an NFL roster.
Yeah, he will. He's
tough. He can block.
Yeah, and he'll be a great slot receiver.
Yeah,
he will be.
Absolutely.
He will be. So, all right, I don't know how much Tech is going to come out and play. I've got OU winning 41-31.
I'm going to go 30. I'll go 35-31.
Okay. I don't blame you on that, because I don't know how much faith we have in the OU offense at this point.
I know, yeah. I mean,
before it was the defense. We didn't think they could stop anybody. Well, the last 2 weeks, they've done a good job.
Little penalties and drop passes really hurt you. So.
Well, actually, last day, Iowa State, West Virginia, and this game, OU's defense has played pretty good.
Yeah, they have. That's a good point. They really have.
They've played pretty good. So you see that trend moving.
You see that trend moving.
Yeah, in that direction. I like that.
And also, Gabriel got to hit open to some receivers.
That's the thing about it. Gabriel's got to be the one. He's the trigger guy. He's got to be better.
Players got to make plays.
He's got to put it in their hands, then they got to kick. Hey, it's going to do it for this week's edition of Oklahoma Sports Report. Al Eschbach, Rick Heath from Barchichetti. We'll see you next time on Oklahoma Sports Report.